This is a justice system that hunts Republicans while protecting Democrats. This was certainly a hoax, a sham. This was devastating for the average American watching.
It is shameful to see this, and I hope Americans are paying attention, because America, they think you are stupid.
What we saw today was an absolute travesty of justice. This was not law. This was not criminal justice. This was politics. This was a political smear job. This was an attack job. This is what you see in banana republics. And it is, I am both furious and heartbroken at the same time.
This is the quintessential show trial. This is what you see in communist countries. This is what I grew up having people in this community tell me about. It happened in the days after the Castro Revolution. Obviously, those led to executions. This, on the other hand, is an effort to interfere in an election.
Do they know that it was a jury of 12 peers and that people can see what the evidence was in this case? That was just a sampling of Republican reactions to President Trump's guilty verdict. NBC News also learned RNC political director James Blair had a call with all 50 GOP state chairs after the verdict to issue post-verdict talking points and messaging for the party. Those talking points include, "This is unjust. The conviction will be good for Republicans. We will win the appeal. And we just elected the next president of the United States." Joining us now, author and NBC News presidential historian Michael Beschloss and former MSNBC host and contributor to Washington Monthly, Chris Matthews. Michael, these Republicans just in history, is there any prediction of how history will look at the reaction to this moment?
What I just heard makes me sick, because the essence of America is to believe in our system of government and our rule of law. When George H.W. Bush was president, he would go over and talk to Mikhail Gorbachev about how to reform his country. And he would say, "Mikhail, no one is going to invest in Russia unless you have a rule of law, because people will wonder whether their money will be there the next day or whether it will be stolen." So to hear Donald Trump and all these people saying that the system is rigged, look at it this way. Let's have a little reality check. So he wants to be president again. And let's say he gets elected. And then he has to take an oath of office, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. That's the rule of law. Well, how do you do that if you've said that in your own case it was a rigged system, bad jury, bad judge, disregard the outcome? It used to be the Republicans were actually for law and order. And the other thing is, you were asking about something in history, Mika. Look at 1974. This is the only time on this program I will ever praise Richard Nixon in Watergate. Supreme Court unanimously 8-0 said, give up your tapes. Nixon didn't say, system is rigged, I shouldn't give them up, because he knew that was going to get him kicked out of office. He gave up the tapes. He had to resign. And Gerald Ford, the new president, didn't say system was rigged, Nixon was railroaded.
Right.
He said, our system works. This is a government of laws and not of men. Here, the people rule.
Well, what's interesting, Chris Matthews, and I'd love for you to take me to Pennsylvania, to Lancaster County, or to areas that more wholly voted for Trump, because what they're hearing on Fox News or in the areas where they get their information, far-right networks and news sites, is that not just this is unjust and this was rigged, but they're also hearing that when Donald Trump, if and when Donald Trump is elected, they say when, that Donald Trump will go after everybody who prosecuted him, every single person, retribution. So tell me, how do you feel the people, especially in areas in Pennsylvania, are going to be digesting this information?
Well, including the 58th Ward, Northeast Philadelphia. The parts of Northeast Philadelphia voted for Trump last time, and South Philly too. I think this is a focus group a political focus group. You know, in politics, Joe knows this, you know this. You get a dozen people, you just set them aside from the rest of the country. You fill them with all the facts. You give them all the information that's relevant to the discussion, and then they give you a verdict about what they think about the candidates. This was a focus group. Aside from the legal factors, it was a focus group of people who got for 21 days all the facts, unmitigated truth of what was going on in this matter, in this case. And they came out with a judgment in a matter of 9 or 10 hours. And so it's really important that a country where 3/5 of the country don't get the news, they don't get the Philadelphia Inquirer, they don't read the Washington Post, the New York Times, the other big papers, they don't get the news. They say things like, well, I didn't hear, TikTok didn't really cover the trial. What? Or I hear that Joe Biden couldn't recite the alphabet. What? This never happened. This stuff never happens to most people. This time, we had a focus group, had all the facts, all the equal facts, by the way. They all got the same information, and they rendered an actual verdict in a matter of 9 hours. So I think we know where we're at. Where we're at is, if you get all the information to the people, which is almost impossible to do in the media today, you're going to get a verdict. The bad news is, 3/5 of the country's not getting the news. They're listening to TikTok, or they're listening to nothing or nonsense or social media or what Trump's been putting out on Fox. And that's the problem. But this case is a good case because it's people that had all the facts for 21 days. And by the way, your lawyers on your show have been fabulous. By the way, they've all been Joyce. Everybody's been fabulous. And they understand this matter was a truthful response from a truthful group of people doing their job as jurors, and they learned the truth and they acted on it. That's really powerful information. Apart from the legal system, it's about an American focus group.
And this is the way it works. Really, Michael Beschloss, we've been saying all morning that this, yes, it's New York City, and Donald Trump came out and said, I only got 5% in Manhattan. How can I get a fair trial here? But if you actually look at the makeup of the jury, if you look at the makeup of the jury, which Donald Trump and his legal team had a say in selecting the jurors, because that's how the system works. They struck jurors, they chose jurors. As many of the jurors, those 12 you're seeing there, got their news from Truth Social as MSNBC, one each. Also, a lot of them, you know, Fox News, Wall Street Journal. The point being, they consume news from a wide spectrum. They come from different backgrounds. Some of them perhaps had some affection for Donald Trump. So they listened, as Chris said, to the evidence and made a decision unanimously within our system that he was guilty on all 34 counts. And I'm curious, from your point of view of history, of the way that our system sort of in the last 5-6 years has bent but not broken. We talked about all those trials around the 2020 election of January 6th. That, yes, the system was pushed. The system was tested by Donald Trump, a man who is still here. And I think it's safe to say that the test will continue for the next several months.
Yeah, totally agree. And if he is elected, it could continue for the rest of our lifetimes, conceivably. That's what's at stake. And I think this is the question we've all got to ask. You know, do we believe in the system of law that we've got in this country, which to my mind is the essence of America, or do we not? And how do you expect a president and whoever he appoints as attorney general, you know, let's say that there are riots in the cities in October which some Republicans have said would be helpful to them. Is Donald Trump going to say, you know, the police are just as bad as the Capitol Police were, he says, on January 6th? And he's going to pardon the January 6th prisoners, as he calls them. These were people who, you know, were very near to assassinating the vice president and capturing the Speaker of the House. Is this who you want providing law and order in this country? So what I'm saying is that, you know, what cuts through that? You know, you and Chris are quite rightly talking about if someone lives in a pro-Trump news bubble that says that all this is silliness and Trump is the only one who's been offended against. He's a victim here. What cuts through that? Well, 2 words: convicted felon. Someone who has been convicted of violating the law 34 times, and even more than that, does not give too much promise of fulfilling the oath that he has to take as president to protect our Constitution and our system of law. If you're a conservative and you believe in our system and you want the government to protect you and your family and your business and your community, How is it helpful to have a president of the United States saying that the system that does that is rigged and should be disregarded?